Today, I'm gonna be going to every mall in my city and buying the most expensive sneaker. Now, what does most expensive sneaker mean? It means retail price or resale price. If we can find shoes that are sitting, that are going for over retail, that counts as most expensive. So let's head to a couple malls today and see what steals we can find, because there's a lot of good stuff at the mall right now and some drops just happened recently. We might be able to find some steals. Let's go. We are at mall number 1, which is going to be Town Center at Cobb. Now, I have not been here for a while. We have Sophie with us today to help out with this, give us some opinions, but I've not been here for a while, so I don't know what they have, if they're gonna have a lot of inventory or not. So let's go inside and see. So it looks like there's a resale store here also, but we're not going in there because we're only going for retail price. A couple good pairs here already. Nothing at Foot Locker. The selection was not that great there at all. I remember actually coming to this exact Foot Locker and getting Ultra Boost back in the day. That used to go for like $300-400, like the original like gray wool ones. So it's pretty cool to remember that. If you guys didn't know, I went to school at Kennesaw State University, which is close to this mall. So I used to come here all the time. Yeah, thinking about it here. I'll let you know. Along with the shoes, I also picked up something else while we were here. Abercrombie has actually a really cool collection of McLaren, so I picked up one of their crew necks. It's expensive, but they're really good fit. So there is a resale sneaker store here, right over there, Showroom ATL, which is gonna have stuff like Travis Scott's, Nike Dunks and stuff that are super expensive, but that is excluded because we're gonna go for retail sneaker stores. So there's really only 2 stores here in this mall that would really have sneakers. That's Finish Line and Champs. So we're definitely gonna be going to those. There's some other stores like Journeys and Zoomies, but I don't think those count and are gonna have anything good. So Finish Line and Champs, let's go for those. Best thing I was able to find at that store was some New Balances that were like $140. There was not much else other than that. Finish Line always has better shoes, so let's go there now. First pair, I picked it up from Finish Line. Now, what I did when I was in there is I looked at the different pairs that I thought would be good, and then I looked them up on StockX to see which was going for the best price, specifically in the specific size. Now, the Yeezys were going for $70 to $80 under retail. These were going for over retail, not by much, but still over retail. And I picked the size that was the most expensive at the current moment, and that was my strategy. So let's go to the next mall now. We are now outside Lenox Mall, where there are tons and tons of stores and lots of opportunities to get shoes. Now, the best place is going to be the Nike store. They get so many good releases here, so I'm excited to see what they have. It's usually a lot of stuff sitting, so let's go ahead and head inside now. pair over at Nike. The greatest part about Nike is you can get discounts. I was able to get these for 20% off. That helps me out. Now, I picked the size I was on StockX for the most, which was like $70 more than all the other ones at 12.5. So that will help us out a lot. So the craziest thing just happened when I was walking out of Nike. So I was talking to one of the employees and he was like, oh, when's your next video? Blah, 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 blah. And then we started talking about shoes and stuff. And I talked about the Travis Scott golf shoes that are coming out. And I was like, I really want to get a pair. I don't know how I'm going to get them. And then he goes, we had a few pairs get returned and we have them in the back. Let me go see if I have your size and I can maybe get you a pair. And I was like, what? I was like, wait. That doesn't make any sense. And he was asking about my size. And I was like, yeah, of course, please. I'll wait as long as I need to. So he goes to the back. He looks around, he walks out, he shakes his head, and he was like, no, we just sent them all back. They apparently got some of the Travis golf shoes in, and then they sent them back to Nike, didn't put them on the floor, but they're not dropping on sneakers until this Friday. Did I almost just get Travis golf shoes from Nike that were returned? How did that happen? Was he confused that it was a different golf? But I said Travis Scott golf shoe. Where else would that be? I'm so confused. Made it back with 3 pairs of shoes, and I think we actually really did decently for this because there's some good shoes out there. So first up, we got Finish Line. Now, this store specifically, I made sure to look through all the options, and this one here I thought was pretty good. Every store had Panda Dunks. They're sitting everywhere, but this is a Nike Dunk Low in polar white, or it's polar blue and white, which is a pretty cool colorway. Now, retail of the shoe is $115. After looking through it on the apps and everything, right now to buy this, after fees in this size is $140.90. So that is about $25 over retail, and we were able to get it at retail at the mall. So that was the first option there. I think a good colorway for dunks. That's the only dunk that we went with, but we got a crazy pickup at the end. Okay, next up, we were at Nike, and this is a Jordan 1 Low that I like the colorway. It's interesting. This is a Jordan 1 Low in the sail black atmosphere gray. Now, retail price of this shoe was $140, but I was able to get 20% off through the Nike app because I spend and buy stuff at Nike, and there's always rewards, and I spent $112. So let's pull this out. We have the Nike Jordan 1 Low Atmosphere. Very vintage right there. You got super nice leather, and then the gray, really good colorway. And this is a big shoe, as you can tell, and that is because as I was there, I was checking the sizes to make sure that I got the most expensive size, and boy, this is the most expensive size. In a size 12.5, if you wanted to buy this exact pair right now, you're spending $167.83. So for me, that is about a $50 difference in what I paid for them. So really, really solid there. A lot of the other sizes were sitting around, 115, 120, and then I went and looked, and specific sizes were going for more. And the last sale is still $20 over what most of the other sizes are, and this is actually a really good colorway. If this came out like 2 years ago, it would be hot. And obviously the sneaker market's in a weird spot right now, so like specific shoes are sitting, not a lot of crazy stuff's coming out, and that is one. Now, something weird that happened when I was in Nike, I was talking about the Travis Scott golf shoes, and he said they got a return of a pair, and he was gonna go see if they're still back there, if I could get them, because he's like, you can buy them, and he said they sent them back already, and I was so confused. I don't know if he was confused, but this pair right here is a pair of Jordan 4s. Now, when I went into Champs, I saw these immediately on the shelf and I picked them up. The sales lady came over and said, those aren't supposed to be there. Those were here yesterday and they all sold out. Everybody's coming here looking for those. And I was like, okay. She's like, if you want those, you should buy them now. And I was like, they're my size. So I went and looked them up and saw that they are selling for a decent price online. And that is the Jordan 4 White Fire Red or Red Cement Jordan 4. This was sitting at Champs in my size, and this was the last pair that they had. So it must have been a return. Somebody trying to resell and couldn't make their money back, so they decided to take them back and get their money, because retail on these is a little bit high. I got an electronic receipt. Problem is that Jordan 4s, the retail price is pretty high. So let's see the store receipt. These were $210 retail. So if we look at the red cements right here, we look them up in this size, it is $253.11 after fees. So we're still doing good, but it is trading around the retail price point, which would make sense when people return them. But a good 4 colorway to come out, and 4s are selling out. The dunks are sitting, Jordan 1 Lows and highs are sitting, the 4s are still selling out at that higher retail price. So here's a selection for the 3 most expensive sneakers at the mall. I think there were some really good options. I'm excited to possibly do this again, because trying out these different malls, there's a lot of different variations of what you can get, and it shows you that there's stuff at different stores, not exactly just at Champs. Finish Line, we had a Finish Line, we had a Champs, we had a Nike, and Nike is by far the best store when it comes to getting shoes. They always have the most inventory. That's what Nike focuses on. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. This is Harrison, signing out.